Good evening, everybody. How are we all? I haven't got a card for you today because I haven't got one of you to share. Let me just mute that so we don't get double the sound. Is that muted? Yeah. Right, just get myself set up so that I can see if you're here talking to me. Do say hello if you are here. So tonight, firstly, apologies for Sunday and Monday night. I did think that I would be fine by Monday, but apparently my body had other ideas. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some gorgeous masks, and but sometimes you want something specific that is that coordinates with your stamps and things that you're using. So I thought this would be a really good way to show you how to use the dies that you already have to create a stencil that could then be used as part of your card. Hi Lisa. So I'm just gonna, that's just kind of a card front, a bit of a card front size, and then I've just got a piece of Whisper White. Mary, good evening. Sorry, it's not afternoon anymore, is it? My gosh, it's hot. Is everyone else hot? It's really gross. It's sticky. I went out of a shower because it was feeling really gross, and now I feel worse. So, but anyway, I've got a piece of, I'm going to show you two different ways because not everyone has the masking paper, but this is just a piece of normal cardstock. This is the thick Whisper White. I've chosen, oh surprise, to use the butterfly dies. And so these ones here have got some really nice detail on them, which means that then you can get different layers of colours down. So I've got my mini. Yes, Andrea, thank you. I think I am. I don't know. It's weird, random, came out of nowhere. You know, and then it's always been fun being a female, isn't it? Yes, I can imagine, Tracy, that you would have been really super busy. Hopefully that'll fit through. So what we're going to do is, oh no, I can't pick it up. We'll pop our die down. Now you can use more than one die. You don't have to just use one die. So if you're using your, hey Heidi, if you are using your big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, then you can use a bigger piece of cardstock. I've just opted for ease of tonight of using, and hopefully it'll fit in there. I feel like that might be just a little bit too wide. Yep. So let me cut that down a bit. That needs to be about 3 3/4. Oh yeah, it's a snug fit. So I'm going to pop this on here, and I'm not too worried because I don't need to have anything at the top there. I want a bit of space so that I can yeah, you do. I want a bit of space around it so that I can tack it down and move it around and stuff. So I don't also want it to rip my paper, but I want it to hold in place. So we'll pop that through. So just a piece of standard cardstock. Get that as centered as you can on the, especially if you're using the mini. And I'll bring that little machine in. Lost it twice. That does not surprise me, Miss Cheryl. It does not surprise me at all. Okay, so we're going to pop that in and run that through. Move it out of the way till we need it again. So then you have your, let me just take that Actually, I'll leave that there because I'm going to use it again. So if it's really detailed, you want to, I am jinxed. I think I am jinxed with these. It's just not supposed to happen, is it? Right. Try again. I think just there's a bow in the base plate, so I'm just going to run it through a couple of times. Usually you don't need to, so obviously I need to switch my plates around. If you're finding that that's an issue with your, all of the bits are coming out now. If you're finding that's an issue with your die cut, with your die cuts, then it might be that your plates are a little bit too bowed, so it's kind of missing. So we're just going to get rid of all of these bits, like you would if you were using it. And the good thing with this is that you can actually then use this as part of the project anyway, because it'll look quite cool. Alright, so I've got that, and I've got my negative piece, which is cut out from the card. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to pop this on here, because this is the width of my card base, and I'm just going to pop that on there with a piece of washi tape. You've probably seen this before. No stress at all, Alison. Nice to have you here. Alright, so I'm going to use our blending brushes. And I'm just going to start, I've got a bit of Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to use that as a light brush over. So we're just going to get into those crevices, nice circular motion so we don't get streaks. And I actually do a circular motion on my ink pad as well, so it doesn't all just come from the so my pad isn't unbalanced and just come from one place. So we're just going to make sure that we've got, you can do this as dark or as light as you want. I kind of want it a little bit lighter because I want to layer a couple of colours over it. So then we end up with that, which is what normally happens with a stencil. If you've used our stencils before, one of the things that I do like about making my own is our stencils are plastic, so I end up with ink all over myself. So makes a big mess. I was going to do 3 colours, I'm just going to do 2. So let me just pop my brush away, and then what we're going to do is we're going to leave that there. Sorry. Leave that there, and then slot this in. You might just need to be a little bit gentle and maybe hold it in place. And then we're just going to use, this is Gorgeous Grape. I actually didn't test out if these 2 colours went well together, but I'm sure they will. And then we're just going to come over the top and just kind of keeping it in place as much as possible. You can't really tack it down, but you could put a piece of tape underneath if you wanted to. Pop it in there, flip it around, and then just make sure it's lined up on that side there. I might just put a bit of a tissue on there so that I don't smudge it on anything else. Hold it in place. Remember, you want to get into the little bits, so you might need to press a bit harder with this to make sure that you get those outlines and things to show through. Okay, and then we're just going to lift that off, and then you get that lovely, so I've got a bit of on the outside, but that's okay because I could just then use a piece of scrap, which I didn't get out. I can then just bring my brush in around the corner, around the edges, sorry. Or you can make sure that your outside piece is the same size as the front of your card. Like that. See, there's no mistakes in crafting. It's just new opportunities to create. There we go. So, actually I'll probably leave that out. I will close that though. And there you go. So that would be, that's one way that you can use them. And that's if you don't have the masking tape or, oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I just have a drip happening on my forehead. Okay, so I'll finish that up and make it into a card. Nice little sentiment on the bottom. Alright, so then what you can do also is, this is not the Stampin' Up! One. This is one that I brought before Stampin' Up! Brought out masking paper, but they do sell it. It's in the main catalogue, and I will show you where it is. And it actually is better than this because it comes in sheets. So I will show you. This stuff is great. Where is it? I know when we first got this, I missed it in the catalogue. Lots of people missed it in the catalogue. When it first, there it is. No, that's the cling stuff. Oh no, that is the masking tape. So on page 149, you get it as $14.75. You get 12 sheets of adhesive back sheets, and you get 5x7 sheets of paper. So it actually comes, so it's better than the one that I've got, because actually it doesn't come with a piece on the back, so you just have to be a bit careful when you're die cutting and stuff that things don't get stuck in places. So if you were, you're basically going to do the same thing. You're going to cut this to the size that you need, and actually, let me do this. So many pairs of scissors in this house, and do you think that any of them are where they're supposed to be? No. Alright. So I'm just making this the same size so that it's a bit easier to, I don't have to move the machines around. So you're going to do exactly the same thing. The difference with this is that it's sticky, so you don't have to hold it down as much. So I will show you, we will do that. I'll pop that in there. Let's do a different, I don't know of any other dies that I've got that it'll work really well with other than the butterflies. So let's do that one. And that one. And we'll pop that through. Now, because it's sticky, we might want to run it through a couple of times. Okay. Everyone's very quiet, so we all have a nice Auckland is. No, Auckland to Auckland Waikato down to, is it Taupo? And then I think, did Nelson have their anniversary weekend this weekend as well? There was a few, wasn't there? Everyone looking forward to Waitangi weekend. It's been an interesting start back to school with closures and stuff. Okay, so there's my two pieces. I will sort that out later. Yeah, because my one, like I said, is super sticky, so I'm going to need to just poke these bits out. And make sure that you are keeping both the positive and the negative piece that you're cutting out. Don't mistake this masking paper for adhesive backed, oh thank you Alison, adhesive backed sheets, because you will just get super sticky. Okay, so let me just get rid of that stuff and grab another card base. So I had my first class of the year on Sunday, which I was super looking forward to. And then partway through the class felt really ill, so I'm lucky that it's my friend Debs and her sister, and they were like super patient with me, but yeah, it was super weird. And then the next day, oh I see, Alison. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting how they do that, isn't it? Right, I want to get that off because I don't want any bumps in my card. Alright, so we're going to pop our mask on. Now, remember, you want to put it, and because now I just have to be really conscious that you want to make sure that it's pushed down really nicely, because otherwise you'll get bleeding. Let's go this one. Now that I remember what this one is like. It's a great thing to have, Alison. Random trivia. It helps when you're in quiz evenings and stuff, that's for sure. Okay, so that one there and that one. Make sure we get coverage over both. So I've got some dark parts in there and I've got some light parts, and is it orange? Yeah. So I'm going to add some Calypso Coral to this one. And hopefully it's dark enough to see through. With the orangey tone with the pink, which is an unusual, I know, it's an unusual colour. Hi Catherine. Ladies, thank you very much for your cards that you posted. I was going to do a draw tonight, but I figured that seeing as we haven't had much success with classes starting back up, that I'll wait until this Sunday so that we're not out of sync with when we... Why is that not sticking? See, this is why it's not very good, because it just doesn't seem to want to stick the same. That is so funny, because the top piece is really sticky. Okay, so we're going to pop that on, and because that is supposed to be sticky, I'm going to start there and just go right over the top. I'm trying really hard not to go over the edge, because I don't want to do that this time. I haven't lined it up, so it's going to give us a little bit of a halo around the outside. I always find it's a good idea to tap off any excess just so you don't get real big splodges on your work, because you know you've gone to all that trouble. You don't want to have this thing that annoys you while you're looking at it. Okay, so that is, pull that off. Oh, it didn't work. I went over. There we go. Look at that. So then what you can do is, let's use a bit of, because it's obviously Calypso Coral, let's just do some along the side there and some along this side. Actually, let's just do that corner, because why not? Okay, and then you could also, maybe not, I don't know, you could tack this on here as a double. But you can definitely use this on something. So those are two ways, or two different. So then these ones, now that the sticky's gone off them, you could actually pop them on the card. I'd probably be inclined to put a little bit more adhesive on there, just so that it actually stays, or because it's not that sticky anymore. Like if you rub it over your hand, you get that stickiness off. So you could put some dimensionals in there, and then it'll be a lovely butterfly there, and a lovely. Now, if you have got the embossing buddy, dab it over the back. That'll take away all the stickiness, and then you can pop them on there. If I'd thought about it, I could have done that one, but I think I'll stick with that. So using the masking paper and then just using cardstock, either work really well, but it just gives your dies a whole nother level of use, rather than actually just being cutouts or stamps that you've matched up to cut out the dies, but you can use them as backgrounds on your card and then add embellishments to them. Okay, you could also then use, not this one because I put tape on it and now it's a bit weird, but you could actually cut this out and put that on your card as well. So you can use the negatives, lots of different ways that you can use them, but yeah, it's just a nice way to extend the uses of your products, because, like, you know, let's be fair, we pay good money for good quality products, and we want to make sure that we can get the best use out of them that we can. So I will finish making them up as cards after my dinner, and pop them up on the page, and I would love it if you guys had something. Now, what I would suggest though is, if you are giving it a go, that you want to make sure that your cutout has some detail in it. So like it needs to cut out completely, the shape completely, and it also needs to have something that has got detail. This part needs to have the detail so that you can get the effect of it properly. Okay. All right. Well, we are a little bit early tonight, so thank you to all of you lovely ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen there. There's 9 of us watching tonight, which is awesome. I will be back on Sunday evening to do the draw and share some more crafting with you. I haven't thought about Sunday yet, but there'll be something that's equally as exciting. Alright, take care everybody. Have a lovely long weekend coming up. I'm looking forward to it. I have my stamp club starting on the Monday, so that's really exciting. Lovely to see those ladies, and yeah, and I will see you Sunday night. Bye for now.